everybody. Welcome back to H&S Collectibles. This is Cody. And for Movie Review Tuesday this week, I decided to review the Banana Splits movie. That was one of the recommendations given to me by a subscriber. I forget who exactly without looking at the list, but whoever you were, thank you. And thanks to Ben over at the Cadaver Club. Ben was nice enough to give me a digital code for the movie because I hadn't picked it up yet. But after watching the movie streaming, it's one I definitely plan to pick up for the collection at some point. I don't know how often I would watch it, but it's one I think I need on the shelf. So in the meantime, my daughters have watched it, and they really enjoyed it, I think. And it's just kind of good, crazy, goofy fun. It pulled me back into making me feel like I was watching an 80s type slasher. But we'll get to that in a minute. So just a brief overview of the plot. Basically, you have the Banana Split show, which was before my time. As I understand, was an old Hanna-Barbera TV show. So they've made a movie out of it and gone with a horror tilt instead. Probably the only instance of that happening to Hanna-Barbera property. But basically the plot revolves around a small kid, and it's his birthday, and for his birthday he gets to go see the Banana Splits. And the Banana Splits, at first glance looks like four people in suits dancing around. One's a dog, one's an elephant, one's a lion, and one is some big fuzzy creature. I'm not too sure what he's supposed to be exactly. And then there's a human that kind of messes around with them and does silly things, and they dance around and they sing and have little races through slime that they put the audience members through. So it's kind of all the parts you would expect of a kind of like the Wiggles or a Nickelodeon show all brought together. And he was supposed to have a friend go with him, but the friend got sick, so they called up another kid who wasn't really his friend. So you got a kid who really wants to go, a kid who ain't too excited about going, and then the excited kid's older brother goes, and his mom and his stepdad, which maybe not. I guess he is the kid's dad. He's the stepdad to the older brother, I think. Yeah. But at any rate, you can tell right off the bat the characters are very cookie cutter. You can tell the stepdad's going to get it. He's just that kind of a person. But they go and they stand in line to get in the theater, and that's where we're introduced to some characters. There's a father who is really pushing his daughter to become an actor, become an extra on the show. You can tell he's going to get it. Two obnoxious people who are trying to Instagram and video and stream everything that they do, and they're going to go see it. You can kind of tell they're going out, and so forth down the line. So on the way in, your cell phones are taken away so they can't interrupt the taping. And it's during the setup for this particular show that some of the crew members find out that they're being canceled because a new guy was just promoted to VP of programming and wants to do away with the show and do something fresh. It's also right around this time that we find out that these Banana Splits are not people in suits. They are in fact robots, and the guy who works on them has upgraded the software. And I don't know if it was supposed to be that just something was wrong with the software, or that the Banana Splits heard that they're getting canceled. But the two things kind of coinciding with each other turn them homicidal. So they do the show. Everybody's kind of released. Some people are kept behind to meet the Banana Splits for photo op afterwards. And that's when kind of the mayhem ensues. And the first person that they kill is their sidekick, Human. And this is where I watched it and I thought, oh wow, this is really going to be hokey. But they shove a giant lollipop down his throat, and his neck expands, and it's kind of a goofy kill. And I thought, all right, it's just going to be goofy kills like this. And then it turned rather gory, I will say. There was one guy got cut in half, and they, as a magic trick, but they really cut him up, and there was guts everywhere and blood. Another guy got kind of drawn and quartered, torn into pieces. One lady got smacked in the head with a giant hammer and an eye popped out. It got a little gnarly on the kills, so I thought that was fun. But at the same time, it kept it a little bit silly and lighthearted. You know, the machines walked around with this very wind-up toy kind of march to them. At one point, they were out driving their little car around, trying to run over people. You know, I've already spoiled some of the kills, so basically I'll just tell you at the end, the kids get away, the mom gets away, and the older brother gets away. But I think pretty much everybody else in the studio, including most of the audience that tried to leave at the beginning that weren't held after for photo ops, gets killed. And one of the banana splits, the elephant, forget his name offhand, Snorkel, actually turned on his fellow Banana Splits members and defended the little boy because he was the little boy's favorite. So I thought it was fun. I had read that there was an attempt to make a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and there was issues with the rights, and it ended up turning into this. My kids are really into Five Nights at Freddy's, and I could see a little bit of that here, I guess. But a Five Nights at Freddy's movie would still be fun. So this is just kind of a quick review. Go out and find this movie. It's definitely worth a watch. I think it's good to watch with the kids too. The violence was not so over the top that a kid can't handle it, but at the same time it was, you know, rooted in material that a kid would enjoy, I think. Of course, my girls are 13, so they're a little bit older, and my son is 17, and he hasn't watched it yet, but I'm sure he will at some point. So, but I don't know, maybe I'm warped, but I'd probably show this to a kid clear down at 7 or 8. I mean, I know I watch things worse than this at 7 or 8, so maybe that sense is not my best intuition as a parent. But hey, I'll show them whatever they're willing to watch, and if they don't want to watch it, they'll either run out of the room scared, or they'll come crawl in bed with you later at night. I always thought being scared was fun. So anyway, that's enough for me right now. Next week I think I'll be doing Cabin in the Woods. I'm actually in the middle of watching it right now and trying to wrap up Midsommar, and I still need to watch Parasite, and I still need to watch Hereditary. So doing these little reviews is also helping me get back to watching some of these movies with some kind of frequency, because I feel like I have a deadline now. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.